Feedback is an extremely important thing when it comes to pretty much anything creative, whether it be a book, a game, or even these YouTube videos here. Feedback is so important that I wanted to take something that I've released recently, which is a book called Absurd Above All Else, a link for it is in the description below, by the way, and take a short story out of that collection of short stories and try to read them out loud to random strangers on the internet, specifically a VRChat, since I'm a VR channel. I figured, let's see what random people think of this wild, wacky story. I'm gonna have to find a place where I can basically be one-on-one with a random person and not be in a huge crowd of people. Because very obviously, if I'm in a huge room of people, like maybe like the Black Cat or something like that, it's gonna be very difficult to talk to a bunch of people. So, after some searching around a little bit on VRChat, I found Omegle VR, which is perfect for this. I'm one-on-one with a person, I can just straight up ask them right off the get-go, hey, I'm on Omegle to read stories to people, do you want to hear one? And see how they react when I finally actually tell them the story. Now, obviously not everyone was immediately on board. There were a lot of people that just didn't want to hear a story, and so I just had to keep searching and keep talking to just different people, and as you can see here, it didn't really work out too well with a lot of people. Even one person said they wanted to hear the story, and then things got kind of out of hand there. Oh, hello. They didn't like me, I guess.
I fucking Caillou and shit. Fuck Caillou.
Okay. What's that? Hello again. Would you chaotic bunch like to hear a story?
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
This story is called Munch Munch Crunch, and it's supposed to be kind of wacky, a little absurd, one could say.
Wacky.
Yeah, kind of wacky. So it's only a couple pages, so it won't take very long. All right.
Oh my fucking god. It's one of those books, right?
He was on his way to his car when he saw her, a woman of no particular
oh my
look.
fucking god.
Well, I mean, if you guys don't want to hear it, that's fine too.
I hate women.
You might especially hate this woman in this story.
Is she bitchy?
She's
her at the
wild,
stake.
bitchy, and impolite.
She's very weird.
Glory
I guess you
hole.
could say.
I'm freaky. I'm freaky. I'm a pretty freaky woman.
Yeah, I know you are.
Oh,
Oh my god. So yeah, there were some interesting people on Omegle VR, to say the least. But I did eventually get some people that actually wanted to hear the story and actually sat down to listen. So here are those people now. You want to hear a story?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Let me...
It's got jiggle physics.
It's got jiggle physics? What do you
Need
mean?
my
What has
physics.
jiggle physics?
My avatar.
Bow.
Well, hey, do you want to hear a story?
What's up?
I got a story here. It's like 2 pages long. If you want to hear.
I'm done. Yeah.
All right, let's try to get it here so I can see it through the headset. Hey, you want to hear a story real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, this is gonna be a little bit absurd.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. I came onto Omegle so I can read a story to people. Do you want to hear one?
Yeah.
But I was coming on here to see if anyone wanted to hear a story. Would you guys like to hear a story?
Ooh, story time.
All right, here, let me flip to this story here. It's called Munch Munch Crunch is the name of the story. So it's gonna be wacky, as you can imagine. He was on his way to his car when he saw her, a woman of no particular look other than that of a confused person. This confusion was matched by the man who wondered why the woman was standing by his car. He grew even more confused when he saw her lean over the car and take a bite out of it. Munch Munch Crunch, the woman said with her mouth full of a chunk of the man's car. What the hell are you doing to my car? The man screamed. This isn't a car, this is my lunch, the woman replied. She took another bite out of it. Munch Munch Crunch. Stop that, this isn't food. I'm eating it, aren't I? Munch Munch Crunch. The man was taken aback. What the fuck was happening? The man was afraid to get too close, but he took a step closer to reveal the horror of how much of his car was missing already. Are you a goat or something? What are you doing? That's metal. It's a car, the man exclaimed. I am a person, and this is my lunch, the woman replied, munch munch crunch. It's a car! The man used his key fob to make the car beep. The woman was not afraid of the beeps, and insisted that the car was food, as she continued to munch munch crunch it. Get the fuck away from my car, the man yelled, as he approached aggressively. There are no cars here, only my dinner, munch munch crunch. That's it, I'm calling the police. The man dialed 911 and the operator on the phone responded quickly. Hello, 911, what's your emergency? A crazy woman is eating my car, the man stated. Munch munch crunch? The operator responded. The man held his phone away from him in confusion. He looked at the woman next and saw that she had bitten halfway through his car by now. Luckily, the police arrived a moment later. Hey, stop eating that car, the police demanded. This is my food, munch munch crunch. The officer left his car and approached the woman, ready to arrest her. She hissed at the officer and began eating the police car instead. The police were taken aback, but for the man, this was beginning to seem pretty normal. He was still incredibly upset, however. Hey, the officer yelled. This is also my food, munch munch crunch. The officer reacted in the only way he knew how, and that was to taser the woman. The taser was shot off, but the woman turned around and opened her mouth. She caught the taser with her mouth and sucked it up like a noodle. Yum 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 in my tum. What the fuck? The officer responded. The man who first discovered the woman was equally as confused. What manner of creature were they dealing with? That was a good snack, the woman stated, munch munch crunch. The officer took a step back. Oh god, no, I know who you are. What? The man responded. She's been munch munch crunching cars all over the city. I need backup, the officer yelled. It was clear that they were panicking, and so it was only right that the man who called them there reacted in a panic as well. He ran around in circles. His car was already completely consumed, and in a matter of minutes, the police car would have been too. Munch munch crunch, the woman finished the police car. That was a good meal. Thank you, Uber Eats. And to that, the woman ran off, possibly to consume more vehicles.
So, after hearing this story, what did all these people think? Well, here is their feedback.
And that is the story. That's the end.
Amazing.
That's
so
fucking...
good.
That's cooked, but that's funny.
Yeah.
I respect it.
It's so
Give it a thumbs up.
funny.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thank you.
Thumbs up.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
I actually wrote that myself, so.
I fucking know.
So cool.
You put out a book?
Yeah, it's called
is
Absurd
it
Above All Else. It's a collection of short stories and stuff. And it's on
fair
Amazon.
enough.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, fucking oath.
Have a look.
That's
Alright,
good
awesome.
shit.
That's a weird woman.
Yeah, it's weird. It's supposed to be absurd.
It's really funny.
For the
Yeah,
bit
for
ahead,
real.
absolutely great.
All right, that's good.
Relatable, to be honest.
Really?
There's some dude like fucking ate a plane.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that before on something. It was like on Twitter that I think I heard about it originally or something. It was wacky.
That was crazy.
It was pretty. Yeah.
She consumed cars?
2 of them, I guess, and a taser. So that's like 3 things.
Well, good thing nuclear bombs are a thing.
Yeah, they might need one to take care of her munch crunch and stuff all over the city.
Yeah, just tell her that there's a nuclear bomb you can eat and it will explode into her body.
I like the narrating. It was well read. Interesting story. I literally had no idea like where it was going.
Yeah, it's very absurd. This one, I wrote the story at like 2 a.m. I was extremely sleep deprived.
Right. Seems like a fever dream. Something
Yeah.
you would like
Yeah,
think
exactly.
of while you're high or something.
Yeah.
And they all liked it. Genuinely, I was very shocked and surprised to find that all these people that actually wanted to hear the story ended up actually liking it. Now, granted, it took me a long time to find just any amount of people at all to actually listen to the story, and it was only about 5 people that actually did want to listen to it, but all the feedback I got was positive. So take it that what you will. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this story in the comments below. And yeah, I want to end this off with just one more thing, and that is kind of the reason for doing this, not just as an advertisement for this book. Obviously I want the book to do well, so this is probably going to help with the book, but I also have anxiety, and I wanted to kind of push myself to just power through it as much as possible, and that is what I did. Each of these was taken on a separate day. Like, I did like one person every day, and that is large in part due to the fact of how long it took just to find a person each time. And also it was very anxiety inducing. The way I cut this, obviously I told the story to each of these people in full. The way I cut this is I cut out the stammers and the little bit of awkwardness that I had when I was reading the story. So there was a lot of anxiety to this. And I just wanted to just mention that too, just in case anyone else has anxiety or something like that. Sometimes if it's something like this, maybe it'll actually help you or something. I don't really know if it helped me. Honestly, I'm really scared to do this again, but if you guys wanted me to do something like this again, I definitely would. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, or doing any number of those things like that, because it greatly helps out the channel a ton, and I very, very, very much appreciate it. But for now, that's all I have for you. So until next time, stay asleep. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who in here is the craziest of them all?
There's no mirror.
Oh, I guess it's me then.
Probably me.